Have you ever wondered how a small city on the banks of the Tiber River became the center of one of the most powerful empires in history? Quite a fascinating tale, isn't it? Let's go back in time, nearly 3,000 years ago, to the founding of Rome. The story begins with a legend, the tale of Romulus and Remus, twin brothers who were, as the legend goes, suckled by a she-wolf. They were the supposed sons of Mars, the god of war. Romulus, after a heated disagreement, ended up killing Remus, and hence, Rome got its name. But remember, this is a legend, and historical facts might be a tad different. The early Romans were farmers and shepherds, living on the 7 hills that Rome was built upon. They were divided into 2 main classes, the patricians, the aristocratic class, and the plebeians, the common people. The patricians held all political power, and the plebeians, well, they were left to do the grunt work. This wasn't to last though. The plebeians, tired of their treatment, staged what was known as the conflict of the orders. They demanded political and social equality, and after a long struggle, they got it. They could now hold political office and marry into patrician families. Amidst this social upheaval, the Roman Republic was established. The Republic was governed by the Senate, a council of elders who were, you guessed it, mostly patricians. But the plebeians had their representatives too, called tribunes, who could veto the Senate's decisions. So there you have it, the early days of Rome, a city built on hills, a city of legend and history, of conflict and resolution, of patricians and plebeians. It was a city where power was a game played by many, but held by few. A city that, despite its humble beginnings, would go on to shape the world in ways that still echo in our modern society. Thus, from a small settlement, Rome grew into a republic, setting the stage for the rise of an empire. So, how did the republic become an empire? The answer lies in the tumultuous period of Roman civil wars. Let's start with the end of the republic, a time of great turmoil and political upheaval. Enter our key figures, Julius Caesar, Pompey, and Mark Antony. These men were not only military generals but also political leaders who each played a crucial role in the transformation of Rome. Julius Caesar, a charismatic and ambitious man, rose to power through a combination of military success and political maneuvering. He was a popular leader, beloved by the people but feared by the Senate. His reforms were many, and his rule was absolute. But his ambition was his downfall. His assassination in 44 BC marked the end of the Republic and the beginning of a period of civil wars. Then there was Pompey, a brilliant military commander and a political rival of Caesar. He was a key player in the events leading up to Caesar's rise to power. However, his alliance with Caesar was short-lived, and their rivalry led to a civil war. Mark Antony, a close ally and friend of Caesar, emerged as a key figure following Caesar's assassination. His alliance with Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, however, led to another civil war against Caesar's adopted son, Octavian, and this brings us to Augustus Caesar, born Octavian, the first emperor of Rome. After defeating Mark Antony and Cleopatra in the Battle of Actium, Octavian returned to Rome in triumph. He took the name Augustus, meaning the revered one, and worked to stabilize and consolidate his power. He implemented reforms to restore order, reorganized the military, and launched building projects to beautify Rome. He ushered in a period of relative peace and prosperity known as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace. With Augustus, Rome transitioned from a republic to an empire, marking a new era in its history. This new phase, as we will see, was marked by immense growth, cultural advancements, but also eventual decline. The rise of the Roman Empire was a pivotal moment, setting the stage for the world as we know it today. The Roman Empire reached its zenith under the rule of the 5 good emperors, but how did this golden age come to an end? Enter the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and stability that spanned over 200 years. This era saw the empire flourish under the rule of the 5 good emperors, each hand-picked for their ability to lead and govern. Their reigns marked a period of unmatched prosperity and growth, ushering in advancements in architecture, literature, and law that still resonate in our world today. Imagine a time when Rome was the heart of civilization, its influence extending from the sun-kissed Mediterranean to the rugged terrains of Britain. This was an empire where art and philosophy thrived, where the Roman legions stood as a symbol of unrivaled military might, and where the intricate network of roads facilitated trade and communication across vast distances. But the Golden Age was not meant to last forever. The empire began to crumble under the weight of its own success. An economic crisis fueled by over-reliance on slave labor, devaluation of the Roman currency, and excessive military spending started to take its toll. The military, once the bedrock of Roman power, was plagued with issues as well. The lack of a clear succession rule led to power struggles and civil wars, and the vast borders of the empire, stretching from the Atlantic to the Arabian Peninsula, proved increasingly difficult to defend. Finally, the external invasions, the barbarian hordes from the north and the Persians from the east, began to chip away at the edges of the empire. As the empire's power waned, these external forces seized the opportunity to strike, hastening the fall of what was once the most powerful empire in the world. Despite its grandeur and power, the Roman Empire could not escape the cycle of rise and fall. The sun set on the Roman Empire, but its legacy continues to shape our world, a testament to its golden age that once was. The Roman Empire may have fallen, but its legacy is very much alive. But what exactly is this legacy? Well, let's start with law. Roman law, with its principles of justice and equality, forms the backbone of many modern legal systems. Then there's language. Latin, the language of the Romans, has influenced a myriad of languages, including English, French, and Spanish. The Romans were master builders too. Their architectural innovations, such as the arch and the dome, are still used in construction today. And let's not forget the cultural impact. From Roman mythology to their public bath culture, their footprints can be seen in various aspects of our lives. These elements, and many more, are the echoes of an empire that once was. They remind us of the grandeur of Rome, its power and its influence. The Roman Empire is not just a chapter in history but a living legacy that continues to shape our world.